In a transformative leap for higher education in southeastern Wisconsin, the University of Wisconsin-Parkside is set to launch its Master of Science in Physician Assistant MSPA program, a significant addition that promises to reshape the region's healthcare workforce. Dr. Bryan Lewis, the Associate Dean of the College of Natural and Health Sciences at UW-Parkside, emphasizes the ambitious vision behind this initiative, urging students to dream big. The program is not just an academic endeavor. It represents a commitment to providing quality education in the healthcare field while addressing local needs. Slated to accept its first cohort of students in the summer of 2027, the MSPA program is designed as a 24 or 27-month course of study building on the university's established pre-health program. This integration allows for a seamless transition, enabling students to cultivate essential clinical skills through required internships, including a comprehensive 300-hour practical experience. This program will create a significantly richer educational opportunity, Dr. Lewis states, as it will enhance access to high-quality resources and training for undergraduate students. The university is currently renovating space in Tallent Hall to accommodate the MSPA program alongside facilities for nursing and other pre-health disciplines. Set to open by September 2025, the new space will feature the only public cadaver lab in the region, multi-use classrooms, and specialized observation rooms to facilitate practical training. Dr. Lewis notes that this advancement will not only benefit future MSPA students but will also enhance the overall educational experience for all students in related fields. As the only public physician assistant program in southeastern Wisconsin, the MSPA initiative is positioned to offer an affordable path for local students aspiring to enter the healthcare profession. Dr. Lewis articulates his vision, stating, "I want to build this for our students in our community and create a high-quality educational program at an affordable price point." This approach reflects a deep-seated commitment to empowering students who may not have considered such opportunities previously. The MSPA program is backed by partnerships with regional healthcare facilities including Advocate Aurora Hospital, Ascension Hospital, and Froedtert South Hospital. This collaborative effort not only enhances the educational framework but also aligns with the Accreditation Review Commission on Education for the Physician Assistant (ARC-PA) standards, ensuring that the program meets rigorous quality benchmarks. Historically, UW-Parkside has demonstrated a strong track record in preparing students for healthcare careers. Over the past 2 decades, 71% of students completing the pre-physician assistant concentration have successfully transitioned into PA programs nationwide. Similarly, the university's pre-health students have achieved impressive admission rates into various professional health schools, including medicine, pharmacy, and physical therapy. Founded in 1968, UW-Parkside has been a steadfast partner in fulfilling the higher education needs of the region, focusing on student empowerment and applied knowledge development. As it prepares to introduce the MSPA program, the institution continues to position itself at the forefront of educational innovation within the dynamic Chicago-Milwaukee corridor, offering unparalleled access to internships, professional networks, and career-building opportunities. As the university looks toward the future, the launch of the MSPA program marks a significant milestone. It not only reflects UW-Parkside's commitment to fostering educational excellence but also highlights the ongoing demand for skilled healthcare professionals in the region. The program stands as a beacon of hope for aspiring students, illustrating that with the right support and resources they can indeed transform their dreams into reality. In an era where technological advancements shape the very fabric of society, the foundation of these innovations is often rooted in government-funded research. However, recent policy shifts, particularly under the Trump administration, have sparked substantial concern among experts regarding the future of American leadership in scientific research and development. The ongoing battle between elite institutions like Harvard University and the federal government over funding not only highlights the contentious nature of academic financing but also raises alarms over the potential stalling of critical scientific progress that has historically thrived on such support. Imagine a world devoid of the conveniences we now take for granted: the internet, GPS, mRNA vaccines, and even the touchscreen on our smartphones. The reality is that many of these technologies owe their existence to foundational research funded by the federal government, particularly in American universities. John Fansmith, Senior Vice President of Government Relations at the American Council on Education, expressed the gravity of the situation, stating, "It's not hyperbole to say we could destroy a generation's worth of scientific progress in this administration." He emphasized that the implications of cutting federal funding for academic research extend far beyond political divides, impacting every American. Harvard University, a beacon of academic excellence, finds itself at the forefront of this funding dispute, facing a standoff over $2 billion in multi-year grants and contracts. Alan Garber, the university's president, articulated a firm stance against federal demands for compliance that could infringe upon the institution's independence and constitutional rights. Meanwhile, other universities expressed trepidation over their future viability without federal support. Fansmith noted, "When you get to hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, no institution, no matter how big their endowment, could sustain that kind of a loss over an extended period of time." The financial landscape of universities varies significantly, with public institutions often relying on a combination of state funding, tuition, and donations, while private universities like Harvard depend heavily on philanthropic contributions. Notably, Harvard's endowment, valued at an impressive $53 billion, garners a significant portion of its funding from donations. However, as Fansmith pointed out, these endowments come with restrictions limiting the flexibility of universities to reallocate funds in times of need. Federal funding has been a cornerstone of research and development in the United States for decades. Agencies such as the National Institutes of Health (NIH), the Department of Defense, and the National Science Foundation have been pivotal in supporting groundbreaking research. For instance, Johns Hopkins University received over $1 billion in funding from the NIH alone last year. Yet these funds are under threat as the administration considers tightening its grip on academic funding, a move that could have devastating consequences for ongoing research projects and the broader scientific community. Historically, the partnership between the federal government and academic institutions has been instrumental in positioning the United States as a leader in global scientific innovation. This relationship, solidified during World War II, has fostered numerous advancements from the Manhattan Project to life-saving medical breakthroughs. However, experts warn that the current trajectory could jeopardize this legacy, with Toby Smith, Senior Vice President for Government Relations at the Association of American Universities, cautioning about the potential loss of knowledge and innovation that could result from diminished federal support. "At the end of the day, the U.S. won't have that knowledge," he stated. "Other countries will overtake us in science and resulting technology if we don't recognize and protect the unique system that we have in place. The stakes are high, and the ramifications of these funding cuts extend beyond academia to impact public health and technological progress." As the debate continues, the future of American leadership in research and development hangs in the balance, underscoring the critical need for a renewed commitment to support academic inquiry and innovation. With other nations ramping up their investments in technology and research, the urgency for the United States to reaffirm its dedication to these essential initiatives has never been more pronounced. The coming months will likely prove pivotal in determining whether America will maintain its status as a global leader in scientific research or risk falling behind in an increasingly competitive landscape. In a remarkable display of innovation in precision oncology, Caris Life Sciences is set to present groundbreaking research at the American Association for Cancer Research (ACR) Annual Meeting 2025, scheduled from April 25 to 30 in Chicago. With a strong commitment to advancing cancer research, Caris, alongside its collaborators within the Caris Precision Oncology Alliance (POA), will unveil 14 abstracts covering 9 different tumor types. These presentations, which include 2 oral presentations and 12 posters, promise to shed light on the transformative potential of comprehensive molecular profiling in the fight against cancer. George W. Sledge Jr. MD, Executive Vice President and Chief Medical Officer of Caris, expressed enthusiasm about the upcoming presentation, stating, "We are thrilled about the abstracts accepted for presentation at AACR this year, highlighting the importance of Caris comprehensive molecular profiling and our Caris POA collaboration." The research spans various cancer types including gastroesophageal, lung and pancreatic cancers, each leveraging Caris' extensive clinic genomic datasets. James Hamrick, MD, MPH, Chairman of the Caris POA, emphasized the significance of real-world evidence in understanding cancer mechanisms. The variety of cancer research presenting at AACR this year demonstrates how Caris empowers clinicians by facilitating research, ultimately paving the way for advancements, he noted. This collaboration involves 96 cancer centers and academic institutions, including 47 NCI-designated cancer centers, all dedicated to enhancing precision oncology and improving patient outcomes. Among the highlights of the meeting are two mini-symposium presentations that delve into critical areas of cancer research. One presentation focuses on the use of abemaciclib in localized muscle-invasive bladder cancer, while another investigates the kinase fusion landscape in pancreatic cancer. These findings, expected to launch discussions regarding new therapeutic avenues, underscore the collaborative effort to optimize standards of care for molecular testing. In addition to the AACR meeting, recent advancements in cancer detection techniques have been making headlines. A novel saliva test developed by researchers in the UK has shown promise in identifying aggressive prostate cancers that traditional screening methods often miss. This test, which calculates a polygenic risk score from saliva samples, has demonstrated a detection rate significantly higher than that of the conventional PSA test, identifying 40% of participants with prostate cancer, many of whom had previously undetected aggressive tumors. Professor Rosiels, who led the study, remarked, "We have shown that a relatively simple, inexpensive spit test is an effective tool to catch prostate cancer early." As the medical community grapples with the shortcomings of existing screening methods, this innovative approach could revolutionize how prostate cancer risk is assessed, ultimately leading to earlier interventions and better patient outcomes. Simultaneously, concerns have emerged regarding the impact of common dietary components on cancer risk. Recent research from Weill Cornell Medicine highlights a potential link between linoleic acid found in prevalent cooking oils and an increased risk of aggressive triple-negative breast cancer. This study underscores the complexity of dietary influences on cancer and suggests the need for personalized nutritional recommendations based on genetic predispositions. In another significant development, a study has projected that CT scans could account for approximately 5% of new cancer cases diagnosed annually in the U.S. This alarming statistic raises awareness about the long-term risks associated with ionizing radiation from diagnostic imaging. Experts emphasize the need for careful consideration of the benefits and risks of CT scans, advocating for improved communication with patients regarding the necessity of these procedures. As the landscape of cancer research continues to evolve, the upcoming AACR annual meeting serves as a crucial platform for disseminating knowledge and fostering collaboration among experts in the field. The findings presented at this event may not only enhance our understanding of cancer biology but also pave the way for innovative diagnostic and therapeutic strategies that could ultimately save lives. Looking ahead, the integration of advanced genetic testing and molecular profiling into clinical practice holds the potential to redefine cancer care and improve patient outcomes on a global scale. In a groundbreaking development, scientists are harnessing the power of artificial intelligence (AI) to unravel some of the sun's most profound mysteries. A recent study highlights how AI can bridge the gap between modern solar observations and historical data, providing a clearer understanding of the sun's long-term behavior. This innovative approach not only enhances our comprehension of solar dynamics but also significantly enriches the historical record of our star's activities. The sun operates on an 11-year cycle of energetic fluctuations, yet the technological advancements in solar observation are outpacing the methods used to analyze historical data. As new telescopes and instruments offer increasingly detailed images of solar phenomena such as flares and magnetic fields, the integration of these observations with older data presents a challenge. Variations in resolution, calibration, and data quality often hinder scientists' ability to conduct comprehensive studies over decades. This is where the transformative role of AI comes into play. The researchers led by Robert Gerelin from the University of Graz in Austria developed an AI-driven framework that identifies patterns within disparate solar datasets and translates them into a standardized format. This method allows scientists to create a more cohesive archive of solar observations, facilitating long-term studies of phenomena like sunspots and rare solar events. Gerelin emphasized the capability of AI to optimize existing data, stating, "AI can't replace observations, but it can help us get the most out of the data that we've already collected." Employing a two-step neural network process, the team first created simulated degraded images that mimic the lower quality of older instruments. This allowed the AI to learn the inherent differences between various observational tools. Subsequently, a second neural network was trained to reverse these degradations, restoring the images to high quality while preserving the original solar features. This approach not only enhances the clarity of older data but also allows scientists to leverage the insights gained from the latest observations. The implications of this research are profound. By applying this AI technique across data collected from various solar telescopes over 2 solar cycles, the team improved the quality of full-disk solar images and reduced atmospheric distortion in ground-based observations. They even managed to produce clearer magnetic images of a sunspot tract in 2010, which revealed its magnetic structure more effectively than previous data. Co-author Tatiana Podladchikova noted this project demonstrates how modern computing can breathe new life into historical data. The study, published on April 2 in Nature Communications, signifies a leap towards creating a universal language for studying the sun's evolution over time. As Podladchikova aptly put it, ultimately, we're building a future where every observation, past or future, can speak the same scientific language. Looking ahead, the integration of AI into solar research promises to revolutionize our understanding of the sun, potentially uncovering new insights that could inform everything from space weather predictions to the broader dynamics of our solar system. As scientists continue to refine these methodologies, we can expect a richer, more nuanced comprehension of the sun's behavior and its impact on Earth and beyond. As the global race for sustainable energy solutions accelerates, recent developments in nuclear fusion technology have placed France at the forefront, surpassing its rivals and bringing the dream of virtually limitless energy closer to reality. The advancements in fusion technology, particularly from companies like TAE Technologies and research institutions in South Korea, showcase a promising trajectory that could revolutionize energy generation. On April 17, 2025, TAE Technologies announced a groundbreaking achievement in its field reversed configuration FRC fusion technology, potentially halving the cost of constructing and operating fusion reactors. This milestone, highlighted in the journal Nature Communications, points to a significant improvement in reactor performance while cutting costs by up to 50%. The company's new reactor, aptly named NORM, employs a simplified approach to plasma stabilization utilizing only neutral beam injection (NBI), a departure from traditional complex configurations seen in other fusion methods like tokamaks. TAE's CEO Mikkel Binderbauer emphasized the importance of NORM, stating it enables full control over critical elements of the FRC concept, which could pave the way for economically viable fusion devices. This shift suggests that TAE is on track to demonstrate net energy gain with its upcoming Copernicus prototype within the decade, a goal that could redefine the energy landscape. In South Korea, researchers at the Ulsan National Institute of Science and Technology have made strides in simulating nuclear fusion environments using advanced gaming technology. By developing an algorithm to detect high-speed particle collisions in three-dimensional models of fusion reactors, the team has increased simulation speed by 15 times. Professor Yoon Ui-sung noted that this technique enhances the design and operational stability of fusion reactors, highlighting the potential for more efficient and effective fusion technology in the future. Australia, meanwhile, is also taking strides in the fusion race. Significant investments from entities such as Hostplus, one of the nation's largest superannuation funds, signal growing confidence in fusion energy. CIO Sam Cecilia pointed to advancements in superconducting magnets and AI as pivotal in making fusion a viable option for investors. He stated, "We have a confluence of events. The physics has been solved a long time ago. What was missing was the technology, the engineering know-how." This sentiment echoes broader industry expectations that commercial fusion energy may soon become a reality, with anticipated production costs dropping below $100 per megawatt-hour. The fusion industry, while still nascent, has attracted nearly $500 million in funding over the past year alone. Companies like Commonwealth Fusion Systems, which is developing a tokamak reactor called Spark, are racing to implement these advancements at a scale that could meet global energy demands. The Spark project, expected to generate between 50 to 100 megawatts, is slated for completion by the end of 2026, marking a significant step toward commercial deployment. However, the road to fusion's commercial viability is not without challenges. Experts within the industry underscore the need for a skilled workforce to support the burgeoning field. Patrick Burr, a student project leader at the University of New South Wales, emphasized that achieving commercial fusion requires a substantial investment in education and training for future engineers and scientists. Despite these hurdles, the outlook for fusion energy is increasingly optimistic. Australia's own HB11 Energy, which employs a different approach by using lasers for proton-boron fusion, illustrates the diversity of methods being explored. Founder Warren McKenzie envisions a future where this technology could produce energy without the radioactive waste associated with other fusion methods. As the world grapples with the pressing need for sustainable energy sources, the developments in fusion technology stand as a beacon of hope, with countries like France, South Korea, and Australia leading the charge. The potential for fusion energy to transform our energy landscape is becoming more tangible. The coming years will be crucial in determining whether this holy grail of energy can transition from laboratory experiments to operational power plants, reshaping global energy dynamics in the process. As investment and innovation continue to flow into the sector, the dream of harnessing the power of the stars may no longer be a distant fantasy but a real and achievable goal. In recent years, the intersection of scientific discovery and public discourse has taken on new dimensions, particularly with the advent of social media platforms that amplify both expert voices and public opinions. A notable example of this phenomenon was the controversy surrounding LK99, a material claimed to be a room-temperature superconductor. This heated debate not only captivated scientists but also ignited widespread discussions among the public, leading to a complex interplay of sentiments and arguments across various media channels. A new study published in Nature titled Perception and Argumentation in the LK99 Superconductivity Controversy, a sentiment and argument mining analysis, sheds light on how these discussions evolved over time. The research, conducted by Yunhai Kim-Wei Luo and Hongkuk Zhou, analyzed a vast dataset comprising 797 YouTube videos, 71,096 comments, and 1,329 news articles collected between July 2023 and August 2024. The findings reveal a striking dichotomy in sentiment. While professional media outlets tended to maintain a fluctuating but predominantly positive tone, user-generated content on platforms like YouTube exhibited a consistent negative sentiment. This suggests a gap between expert narratives and public perceptions, highlighting the complexities of digital science communication. The authors noted, the LK99 controversy emerged in July 2023 when a South Korean research team claimed to have discovered a superconductor that operates at room temperature and ambient pressure. The potential implications of such a breakthrough were immense, promising advancements in quantum computing, medical imaging, and energy-efficient technologies. Excitement quickly spread across social media, reflected in stock market fluctuations and public anticipation. However, skepticism from the scientific community soon followed as materials scientists raised concerns regarding the material's structural integrity and claims of superconductivity. The study employed sentiment analysis and argument mining to unravel how different groups articulated their opinions. One key finding was that while expert commentary emphasized structured reasoning based on evidence and expert opinions, the majority of user comments lacked identifiable argumentation schemes. This discrepancy suggests that public discourse may often be less organized and more emotionally driven compared to the curated narratives found in news articles and professional content. Additionally, the research highlighted that non-expert channels on platforms like YouTube garnered higher audience engagement than traditional science channels, raising questions about the efficacy of science communication in the digital age. Our findings underscore the need for adaptive strategies that bridge the gap between expert evidence and public discourse, the authors argue, emphasizing the importance of enhancing public understanding of scientific advancements. The sentiment analysis further underscored how perceptions evolved over time. For instance, sentiments in news articles exhibited volatility, with positive tones following initial announcements followed by negative reactions as skepticism grew. In contrast, YouTube comments reflected a steadier negative sentiment. As users expressed doubts about the validity of LK99's superconducting properties. This divergence points to a critical aspect of public engagement with science: the influence of platform dynamics and the nature of discourse. As the study concludes, it calls for a re-examination of traditional models of science communication in light of emerging digital environments. The complexities of public engagement with scientific controversies, as evidenced in the LK99 case, highlight the necessity for science communicators to engage directly with public skepticism, they write. Looking ahead, the authors suggest that future research should explore the implications of these dynamics across different scientific controversies and cultural contexts. With social media continuing to shape public discourse, understanding how to effectively communicate scientific information and bridge gaps in understanding remains a pressing challenge for the scientific community. As the landscape of science communication evolves, the lessons learned from the LK99 controversy will undoubtedly serve as a vital reference point for future engagements between science and society.